And let's get on with the program. I have a guest, a CEO of the company, and a good friend, Juan Carlos Corona. How are you, Juan Carlos? Hello, Diego. Good afternoon. How are you? Very happy. For the ones that don't know, Juan Carlos is one of my right hand in the company. He is the one that knows all of the numbers, who generates the topic of compensations, among other things. Juan Carlos has been very close to JB, and I have the honor of working with him. And the truth is that he will give us a precise speech of the plan. And who better to be the reading of my business? And I give you the introduction. We know it's very important, and Leo said before we didn't have an app, we didn't have many tools. Today we have them, and it's very important to know how your business is going. If it's going good, if it's going bad. Sometimes you know it's bad because of last month, but last month was shorter. And I want to say with that, there were lots of breaks, and it doesn't mean that you're doing badly. The way of comparing yourself is very important. So for you to know how you are doing in your business, your indicators that will help you to take decisions. I don't say just don't lose many days in the numbers, but know how to detect when you need to make a correction in the way of your business, when you need to make a decision of things that are not working or are working, and you need to go on that way. When you find something, Juan Carlos, what can you say of these indicators that we have? The fact of giving a follow-up to your numbers, how can that help people? Numbers are very important. They are the base of understanding of business. They are the references. With those references and that analysis and interpretation of what they are doing, definitely it is going to give you the focus and the goal for which you want to follow. I have heard some entrepreneurs when they say, analysis is paralysis. And it's true, but you need to stop in that part of the analysis to focus and to begin. And that part that you have of the being emotional, of seeing where you need to improve, where you are going to have a new objective and what I am going to do. And there is something that we need to do, measure. We need to give the follow-up, that is measurement. Okay, Juan Carlos, I have a great friend that is connected. He's being connected from Veracruz. Let's see if we have him, Roque Jasso. Good afternoon, good night, how are you? Do we have Roque with us? Can you hear me? How are you? Well, here in the Walter's house and studio, in a center of transmission, right? He turned it into that. Well, you don't know what he has invested. I can imagine that. How are you, Roque? Well, I'm very happy. I've been prepared to be in Guadalajara giving this talk in my house. And at 7:30, Pepe Regara called me and says, let's go to Veracruz. And well, the destination of Omnilife is being audacious. We went to Veracruz. This morning we were at the beach, at the sea. And right now we're very happy of being here sharing. Thank you for the invitation. It is an honor to be able to be with the people here. Well, so your bronze is because you went to the beach this morning, or is it your natural color? Oh, it's real bronze. And I have Walter Sanchez here with us. He is great. Well, I have him, working for me here. But it wasn't from your home. Here we have your dinner. You went to Veracruz and you left us. So tell us the truth. They didn't tell me you invited me. And you gave me tacos the last time you invited me for lunch. Roque, well, the floor is yours. We leave you the forum. Well, but don't put, Corona, because that man scares me. I'm afraid of him. A recommendation for Roque? No, I'm just going to make some notes. I don't know who thought, these two should be together because they can spend 24 hours together. Okay, thank you, Diego. Well, I'm very happy. I am Roque Jasso. I am in Veracruz. My wife and I, Sarife, we are entrepreneurs in Omnilife since 29 years, 30 years. And when I began, I never imagined being in a program like this. I signed and I affiliated just to buy some products, but the result of the product pushed me and I fell in love. And there was we began to earn money because people were asking us, "What's happening?" I stopped smoking. I began to lose weight. Sarife also had results, and it turned into a business of selling. And then they told us we can make checks, and that was the beginning of something magical. I knew of traditional businesses, and I had been employed, and they had kicked me, and I told myself never to work for anybody else. After a year, I left my traditional business and I work for Omnilife all day, and it's been the best decision that I took. Like this one, last night I was at home preparing, for everything that we needed to do for this great honor that OmniLife gives me. And Pepe Vergara, who is my presenter, one of my best friends, calls me and says, "Let's go, let's take the plane. We go to Veracruz, tomorrow to the beach, and then we go to Walter's home." And here I am. I've just arrived. So it's been learning procedure. And today I need to talk about reading in business. I like numbers. I like the analysis. I like to try to understand the phenomenon of this business. And we are going to talk about this. And we are going to talk about from three perspectives. The first thing I want to ask you is, I know that most people numbers are hard. OmniLife is a business of emotion. It is entrepreneur, being excited. And there is also a part where you need to sit down and you need to see your business, because business can take you anywhere. So this talk of lectures, I want to divide it into three. One is basic, and it's going to be focused on the people that are just beginning. Pay a lot of attention. And I tell you, I invite you to take a notebook, paper, pen, and start writing some ideas that I'm going to give you. The idea of this chat is to open the notion towards everything that you can do to analyze your business, and like Juan Carlos said, to be able to take strategic decisions. That you take it from day one. This is very important. So let's talk about the basic, medium, and advanced. There is everything for everyone. But as an introduction to this talk, imagine that you are in your car. Your car is your business. And you are in your car and you have a dashboard. That dashboard are the different aspects of what we are going to talk about the different tools that OmniLife gives us to make our business. What do you see in the dashboard? Well, you have to see the gas, because if you don't have gas, you don't go anywhere. You should see the speed. And if you think that you have a goal, so we're going to talk about goals. If you want to reach somewhere, you need to know how far it is, how many kilometers it is, and then your speed and the time are going to take you to the goal you want. But you need to have gas. In OmniLife, gas is called production. It comes from the excitement of sharing, but it's called production. And it's called production in how much product I sell, how much product I intake, and how much product sales and the people that I invite take. That is production. And that has a number. And those numbers in OmniLife are points. Each product has a value in points, and that points is the measurement that OmniLife gives to a product. And if I buy products, I generate points that go into my business, to my car. But if I am in my car and I don't know how much gas I have, and I don't know how much speed I'm going at, and I don't know how many kilometers the next city is, well, suddenly I can feel that I'm going very fast because I have the windows open, but it results that all of the cars are going ahead of me, and I don't understand if I feel that I'm going too fast. But I turn around and, uh, and I'm going at 30 kilometers per hour in a highway of 100 kilometers. So there are people that I listen and they say, I don't like numbers. I don't understand the app. I don't understand the statements. So be careful. You need to learn because this is an effort. The Grand Prix is the goal of having your business. So if we can go to slide one, Walter, my secretary is Walter. So put me slide one. The focus is Bronze Premier, Elite Supreme, and Silver Premier. Those are the titles. The first objective is to learn. Just learn. Learn what? To use those three tools that we see there, which is the app of my Omni Business, the calculator, and in this case, in this level, the concept of network. This is a drawing that you are going to make of your network. It can be in a notebook or in a slate, wherever. The application of my Omni business that you are going to see, Walter is going to open it. He's going to see the Omni business of a friend, Luz Elvira Maldonado, who's an impressive woman who signed in El Paso, Texas, and he is going strong. So let's see her app and her numbers. Luz Elvira signed March 19th. This year. The first 2 weeks, he did more than 4,000 points. The first month, in April, she obtained Bronze Supreme, and now she has Silver Supreme. What does she have to do in the application? Well, it's her advancement, how many points she has, how many people she signed, and how many points the people that she signed have. That is easy. We can see it in the app. You go into your app of my Omni Business. You need to have it because it is like having a car and not having how to measure your gas or the speed doesn't work. So see this. In the app, you see your daily advancement. My recommendation, which is something I do every day, is that in the morning I get up and the first thing I see is my app because I want to see how my business is growing, what happened yesterday. And I can learn to give a follow up. That is, I can go in and have the follow up to the people whose app says they have just signed or they bought yesterday. And this is going to allow me to be able to understand how you begin to develop in your business. Remember, you are Bronze Premier, Bronze Elite. You are just starting. You will have doubts. Then you have the historical calculator. The historical calculator, what it's going to give you is the final results of the last month. That is, if Luz Elvira Maldonado comes into her app, what she's going to find is what happened in April. Right now, she can see in her app what happened in May, but she can know what happened in April, how many personal points she has, how many group points she has, how many people have signed, how many of those people are active, and you are getting an idea. What do we propose to Elvira and to any bronze? To go into a notebook and to make a drawing and say, here I am, and here is this person, and here is this person, and this other person, and how many points she made. She will have an idea of what she needs to do. So think about this. Elvira, you know how she's doing. She knows how she did, and in that how she did, she can put goals for next month. She went to Bronze Supreme, and she wants to grow. And it says, what's next? Silver Premier. And she has arrived Silver Premier because she knew that if she invited people and convinced them of inviting people, then she would have second levels guests of their guests. This is very important. And with that, she has reached Silver Premier. She overwent This is a friend that is going extremely well, and I send her hugs. It's exciting to have her with us. And her network is going to start doing it right now. She's going to start drawing, and she's going to start to understand. She is learning. This is very important. Are we clear on this? She is learning. And we spoke about the app, the calculator. This is all she needs to know: Bronze Premier, Bronze Elite, Bronze Supreme, and even Silver Premier, which is the case of Elvira. We can pass to the next slide. Okay, we will. Can we see the historical calculator? No, we had a problem, a technical problem, and we are solving it to see the historical calculator. But I think most of you know it really well. I don't worry if you don't see it. If you can, get into the historical calculator so you can understand how it is. Second objective in this. Second objective. This is now to teach. I've learned. I know how to do it. Now, let's say Elvira knows how to do it. She did her drawing, she understood the app, and she told me, Roque, that's it, I have Silver Supreme. Look, because she understood what she had to do to grow. Very important. If she understands it, now she needs to begin to teach because she has reached Silver Premier, and she needs to teach the Bronze Premier and the people behind her. So the first objective is to learn. When you learn, now the objective is to teach. You need to have people that you are going to teach. Very important. Let's begin with my Omni Business app. Where you go into your app, you see your advancement, how many points were made in your network, how many points you have this month, how many group points you have. Remember that right now you are not going to have the group points in your PLDs. They are going to be the same because right now you don't have a separation of group points and PLDs. So you have that. And you go to your follow-up. One of the nice parts of the day is when I take in the morning, I turn on my phone, I go into my app of my Omni app, and now I have, when I am in this level of Silver Elite, Silver Supreme, or Gold Supreme, I have people in my organization, and I see that a lady yesterday bought more than $200, 2,000 pesos. So I call her, or I send her a message and I say, hey, Rosa, congratulations, what you making, and something very important. For example, let's put, I don't know if we can put Silver Supreme. Let's put Elvira's. No, there you see. These are personal points. How many personal points does she have? 4,750 in 1 month, Elvira, and she was Bronze Supreme. How many group points? 12,692. And see, this lady has points that are serious. This is her second month. Now I can go into where it says network. You press where it says network. And she has in her first level, I need to teach Walter how to use the app. He's nervous. So she can put and she can see who bought yesterday and make the follow-up that is very important, is very exciting. There's nothing better than say to a person, congratulations, you did 395 points in your first shop. And above all, you have 105 more points and you will have 25%. And that type of news to the new people, that type of follow-up makes the people, or you call them or may send their WhatsApp, I'm very happy, it's incredible what you can do. For example, I asked them, because we have been signing people through internet, and you lose that human quality, the contact. How was it? How was your experience of buying? Very good. I'm very happy. Hey, I thought it was more difficult. What they were going to charge or whatever, because sometimes they teach people, and you need to say many times that they won't pay attention. Can we put the app for a little while, please? Here, for example, Elvira, I don't know if you can see, but there is a part here that says organization or network. And she says she has 7 people active and 2 inactive. People that buy more than 300 points and people that haven't bought 300 points yet. It says that this month she signed up 2 and that she has a total of 10. This is a very important part because she can see that of 10 people signed, 7 are active, 2 inactive. That means that 9 buy. The 90% of her network is buying. She already has 40%. And if I go here, no. Is it your phone? Well, let's get out of the app. Once we have the app, the follow-up and the recognition, Jorge Vergara said something important. The recognition is essential. Essential because the people have not been recognized. So talking and saying, congratulations, you obtained 25%, 30%, because you signed, is very important. Not just see the app for you to be happy. Well, that happens to me. But understand that it is work. It's going to happen with the historical calculator. You are now at a higher level. The same, how did I go? Now go to the next month. What do I want to obtain? That is very important. Business is advanced because one is working month by month, day by day, trying to work. Sometimes you're going to grow, sometimes you're not, but you are always going to learn. And then a super important thing is coming. Keys. What are the keys? Keys are the people working with you and with which you form a team. Everyone is your team. But to get to Silver Supreme, I need to have 4 Bronze Elite. So those people that obtain Bronze Elite are my keys. And with those keys, I'm going to be working very hard. And then I'm going to get some more. These are the people that are happy with you and that are the ones that are forming you in the business. Very important. If I can obtain that people grows with me, I'm going to grow in titles, I'm going to earn in depth, my business is better. I need to know who my keys are, and I need to know how they are going. It's very important. So the best way of knowing how my keys are doing is that I teach them. That's why we need to teach them. I need to teach them to see their historical calculator, their app of my Omni business, and I just need to ask, how are you doing? Okay, I sign people, I'm growing. I just need so many points, I'm obtaining this, I'm about to grow. And that begins to be a team. A team that in my case with Sari, we formed with Juan Vergara, Juanita León, Jose Acevedo, Rigoberto Cabanilla, with the people that wanted to work with us. Jorge taught us, work with who you want. Work with the people that want to work with you. Otherwise, you're going to be pushing people, and that is not the objective. You don't need to bring people. You need to guide to make it contagious. And in the bank statements, this is where we get them. Bank statements are the information that Omnilife gives you. In that information, you are going to be able to see something that I really like, and we're not going to see it right now because of a technical issue, but they are the individual checks. If you go into your bank statement, on your page of entrepreneurs, that is what you are going to see, bank statements. You put your bank statement and it's going to ask you if you want it by line or by earnings. We all see earnings because when we are starting in OmniLife, what we see is the time and we see how much we are growing. There you can see, it's very important. That is a bank statement of how much money I won, and the period, who is your representative, how you won. But something really nice is that you see these names of people that you know because you invited them in blue. If you click on one of those names, they are going to tell you if that person has a check. Let's go to okay, click on anyone you want so you can see them. We should have gone into Silver Supreme, right? Well, let's get into Silver Supreme. But if you select those names in blue and that person has a check, you're going to see a really wonderful graph that says in April he earned so much, in May he earned so much, in June so much, and that when you send it to someone, remember, there are people that sign people, and at the time they sign a person, they have a check. Elvira has people that have bought product and whose guests have bought product. So if she has those people already have a check. Maybe they don't even know that they have a check. But if you send them a photo of the check that they already have, they get so excited. And I know people that get so much more excited about seeing the name on the check and they don't want to cash it, but they are excited that it is there. Elvira, this person who has been really exciting, and it's really great to be with her in the follow-up. Her first check was $230. And right now, she won the Bronze Supreme bonus, the one that Leo was talking about. She also won the rookie bonus, third place or second place, third, I think. So this check that she's going to earn in May, her second check, is going to be above $700. So if I send her a photo of her check and that she takes a picture of what she earned, the impact that she has with those people is impressive.
And you also see trends, how much you produce, how much your first level produced, your guest, how much you are the people who you invited. Maybe you still don't have a third level, and then you start to see that the second level buys more than the first level because there's more people, of course. And this is where your network starts getting stronger, and then you get the feeling, which is amazing, and say, wow, I'm going to have a huge business here. This is where I say, oh my gosh. Here we have, for example, as you can see, there is a first level. Yes. Ophelia. Okay, Ophelia is a gold supreme. You could say that Ophelia is getting earning first generation, second quick initial. If you can go to lower here, you can see somebody's check. Okay, if you look on first level, whichever you want, maybe a silver, elite, or a silver supreme. I think there's silver supremes here. This is the chart right here. Yes, when you see this chart and you show it to somebody, you say, look, this is your check. This is the check that's coming down. Why? Because in August here in 2020, you earned so much, your gets going lower. And I can sit down with you and work strategies for expansion. Strategies for expansion. Let's put the chart here, then slide number 2. I just say expansion strategies. I understand my state of account, and I realize everything that I have to do, everything else that I have to work on. It says right there, individual checks, trends, and expansion strategies in my account statement. Okay, this is where you're showing, you're teaching, you're seeing things, you're starting to understand what the size of your business actually is. But look, there's nothing more exciting than imagination. And when you start seeing that there's a first level, that there's a second level, that there's a third level, you already reach Premier Gold, and then you have a first generation because you have Silver Supreme. This is what starts rolling up your imagination in an amazing way. And you start to understand, I need to grow in another city. I need to open up to the United States. I have to grow over here and over there. Why? Okay, well, we are working on a way where my business is demanding to dedicate some time to it and learn to use these tools. And then we go to the third slide and the third level. Well, here we're talking about the big business, elite gold, supreme gold, diamonds, and double diamonds. Okay. The goal here is to teach to teach. I already learned, and then I was teaching. Now I have to teach other people to teach. I can't just remain teaching only because we're starting having networks with 500 people in the networks, 800, 2,000. There's double diamonds that have 30, 40,000 people in their organizations. Imagine if they did it. Of course, they can't teach everybody, but they have to delegate and get everybody excited about teaching also. In my application, my business is still doing the same thing. Basically, you're in everyday advances, you're doing follow-up and acknowledgments. It happened to me that maybe I'll call somebody on the third level who purchased $400 or $500 in products, $600 in products. He has 3,000 points during the month, and I call him. And I say, listen, I'm Roque Jasso. There's people who know me, people who don't, and most of them do. I've been in this business for 30 years. And say, oh, hi, Roque. Oh, this is really nice of you to call me. I'm calling you to congratulate because yesterday you purchased 3,000 points. What's happening with you? What's going on with you? And they start telling you about it. And there's testimonials, there's emotions, and say, I want to grow. Help me grow. And of course, I continue delegated with the people who are above them, but your heart gets all excited and gets full of joy. And because you realize why it's so important to see your first, your third, your first, your second, your third level, what's going on. Historic calculator, the same. The tool itself is final results, goals for the next month. If you're not here right now, at the end of May, for example, you're not prepared for the next first week of June, you know where your business is going in June. Well, this is very dangerous. You have to know. It's like going 150 miles an hour so you don't have your headlights on. Okay? Keys. To know who your key personnel are. Here's the keys of my key. The key personnel of my key, for example, Walter. Pepe Vergara. Irma, Gerardo. Of course they know the people, their key people. And of course they know the people, the key people of their own key people, because this is the first circle and what I call the second circle as well, okay? And if you're really, really good for numbers or you like following up, you already know the third circle, the key people of your key people of your key people. And sometimes they even approach you, and they're on your account statements where you have to go. The same thing, you have to see trends, how your business is doing. And this is where you start a more fine analysis. My second level is not growing as well as it should. Let's say in arithmetics, you could say, arithmetic, you would say my first level purchases 100. My second level should at least be purchasing 200. My third level should be buying 400. And sometimes organizations have 100, have 200, and then they have, again, 100 again. So this means that your second level, your second tier is not working to multiply that third level or third tier. This is, you can see the second generation, third generation, etc. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people, and even at Gold Elite and Gold Supreme, they only go into their own state of account to see how much they earned. And it's like having a Mercedes-Benz with a screen that gives you all this information, and you still continue listening to the radio with commercials because you can't even know you don't even know how to change the stations in a car that it costs you all this money, but you don't know how to use it. So this is very important. The state of account is going to give you these trends and expansion strategies as well. So you can see what are the account statements for Mexico. Now you can go to the United States because I have people in the United States. I have found people who I have to call them and say, congratulations, you charge check from Chile. And they say, really? I did? And I say, oh my gosh, I feel like going and swatting them on the head. Why don't you check and see if your business is growing internationally? Don't you realize? It's hard for me to understand. I mean, I understand, but because it's people like me, myself. I used to be a photographer in bars and in discos, and I never thought I was going to have my own business in Chile or in Argentina, in Costa Rica. It is very hard to understand that if I talk to a person through WhatsApp or through internet, and we sign through the Omnilife application, and they purchase products from the internet webpage, I have a check in that country. And if that person communicated with me, got in touch with me from Nicaragua, I have business in Nicaragua, so I have to check it country by country, from the United States, from Mexico, and all the countries by the obviously. You see the individual checks, what's happening in those countries, and what's happening with your codes or your keys, key personnel. What's happening with the keys? See what their trends are. See the trends, the checks for the key personnel of your keys, and something very important in your state of account that you see by line. For me, this is the state of account that's more important that Omnilife gives us. It's the best information that I receive from Omnilife to be analyzed, to analyze it, because it's going to show, for example, I invited Juan Vergara. Juan Vergara, in that time, I was 31 years old, and Juan was 27. I didn't have children. He had 3. He didn't have money to feed them. He had gone to school to 6th grade in school, but he really wanted to get ahead. And so he started working. Juan Vergara has one of the largest organizations in my network, in our network, okay? So I need to see how Juan's business is doing, not only for this and that, but actually how his business is doing. And this is I'm going to see this because Omnilife is going to tell me how much I'm earning from Juan's lane. Here we have Ofelia Alvarez, right? Walter is helping us to go on the bottom of the screen, a little bit lower, to go into detail. And I see, okay, I click on show detail. Okay, here we have all Ophelia's line. Ophelia authorized us to put his information up. That number you see, sub level 1, is a sub network 1, is one of the people she invited. So here we have some numbers that say number 1, and this is the person who I invited, and there's 2, and then there's the 3. The 2 is invited person from a 1, and if there's another 3, that means that number 2 invited the number 3, and then the 4 and 5, and they tell me what level they are, what level payment they have, and if we scroll a little bit to the right, it's going to give me how much I'm getting paid from that person. Okay, from the people who you don't know. People, for example, in the case of Ophelia, who it was invited person who invited this person. I can see what I'm charging or what Ophelia is charging from those people that I don't even know. But I should know, of course, or at least I should be working at home, determining strategies and plans to have a positive impact on those people, help them to grow their own businesses, and helping them, of course, mine grows too. And at the end, if we go to the bottom, Walter, right there, it's going to tell us. If you go to the right, scroll to the right, it's going to give you the total of what that line paid you. So all those numbers that you see, a little bit bolder, it's going to say you that you got payment from the first level, second level, third level. And Ophelia only invited 1 person. And if you add all those numbers, it's going to give you how much Ophelia is earning for that single person that she invited. And maybe she invited her 15 years ago and she's earning money with that organization every month for 15 years now. Start thinking about that. Start thinking about the huge responsibility and excitement that this means. So if you tell me right now I don't like numbers, I understand. But if you say I don't know about numbers, then I don't understand, because this business is about personal achievements. This business is about, if I don't know, I learn. I'm coming here with Walter and I'm learning how he's running his business. I'm learning how he's handling Zoom. We have 3 person helping us out, and obviously I'm not getting gold. It's hard for me to understand maybe some new things, but that doesn't mean I can't learn. I'm 60 years old. Even if I'm 75, if I want to learn, I'm going to learn. What you want to learn about your business, about how to perform an analysis, how to read your business. If you don't know how, ask. ask somebody, listen, do you know about this historic calculator? Can you teach me? You know about these account statements? Can you teach me? Because, okay, let's see, my friends. Here we have people. In my organization, I have the pleasure and the privilege of having Juan Vergara, who studied up only to sixth grade. I invited Juan Vergara. Today is generating almost 200,000 pesos, which is $10,000 a month. A person who I invited 30 years ago, Juanita Leon, another diamond in the organization, a lady, an extraordinary lady, 70 odd years old. I'm not going to say how many, of course. She studied to up to third grade in school, but that invitation of Juanita Leon, I didn't even invite her. I invited somebody who invited her, and that person is also generating almost $10,000 a month. I see this as a huge responsibility because those $20,000 that I make for those, plus stuff others that I earned by others, allows me and my wife, my children, an extraordinary quality of life. I gave opportunities to my children that I didn't have. It allows me to dream about things that I never thought I could. And I have, of course, I feel the moral obligation. Of course, I know everybody handles it different, but I feel the moral obligations to talk to these people and teach them, all the people who are there, to understand that we need to talk about numbers. We have to analyze. We have to make decisions, strategies, trends, analysis. Not like Juan Carlos Corona says, not just to keep my numbers in my head or be in the computer all day. I do that once or twice a month to understand things well. But it is basic in my business to be able to talk with people with the numbers in my hand. And somebody can say, I'm doing really well. I say, no, because you haven't signed up new people. The gasoline of your business is called new people. The gasoline of your business is called, the fuel of your business is called points, personal points, the results of your people in their own organizations. That's the fuel of your business. If you're not signing people up, new people up, you're not fueling your car. Or you're not doing maintenance, and then you're going to be complaining that your organization is not growing because your car is not working, because you're not giving it maintenance, you're not giving it fuel, you're not putting oil in it. Personal points, products that I consume and that I'm selling, people who I'm affiliating, or I'm signing up, or I'm inviting new titles in my organization, expansion of my business, and I reach double diamonds with this, of course, for me. With the time that I've been here, I believe that, and I hope that this is clear for everybody, what reading the business reading. I want to tell you something. I am a person who likes analysis, as I was saying a little while ago, and sometimes I was really going into depth into analysis. I have a presenter, many of you know him, he's called Pepe Vergara, who's all excitement, pure excitement. He gets all wound up, and you'll see him pretty soon. I learned from him that excitement or emotion is more important than reasoning or reasons. How did I learn that with Jorge Vergara? Jorge Vergara once told me if it was just for reasoning, everybody should see the presidential address, but people really get excited to go to a music concert. Everybody gets all wound up or all excited instead of seeing the presidential report. These are two different things. So it was hard for me to understand that, of course, reasoning and analysis is very important, but excitement is very, very important. Of course, getting these two together give better results. Of course, but you will never develop the full potential if you only do one or the other. So I hope that this idea is useful to you to be able to grow your business. And first of all, of course, learn yourself and teach other people. And then we need a lot of people who teach a lot of other people to teach. It's teach the teachers. Don't keep the ruler or the teacher's ruler on your hand. Hand it over to the younger people, or whoever you want, but teach the people to teach others. Okay, well, with this, I would like to finish my intervention, my presentation. I don't know if you have any questions, Diego or Juan Carlos. Okay, Roque. Okay, thank you very much. Everything is very clear. Some people are amazed. They didn't have any idea that these tools existed. A very quick question: where can we find all this? Where it's on your webpage. First of all, the My Business application and your phone. You download it, and you have to go to a sales or call Creo, and then be able to download your application. It's not going to cost you. It's not going to cost you anything. It's the best assistant in the world. It's going to cost you very, very little. So everything that has to do with account statements is in the web page on your entrepreneur area, and the historic calculator is also on your phone, and you can also see it in your entrepreneur zone. There's a way to reach the entrepreneur zone and the historic calculator. I'm not really sure, but I usually have access through my league to see it on my computer. Since I'm kind of blind, I really can't do it on the phone. I don't really like to work on my phone because it's too small, and everything is in my application Business, Omninegocio. And another interesting thing is people are asking is I'm realizing that they have a second and third tier after me, and I'm not collecting from them. Why am I not collecting from them? Precisely because we still need to do analysis, understanding your business and getting to know it better. You might have even fourth or fifth or sixth levels, but tiers. But if you're not, Omnilife is giving you rewards for making up these teams. They give you more depths. So if you have a team for diamonds, it gives you an extraordinary depth. Felipe, I have in our team, when I check those account statements, my mind goes like jello when I realize that we're collecting up to 16 levels sometimes. And the guest from the guest from the guest from the guest from the guest, and I say, oh my God, this business, I've been getting paid for these, maybe 8 pesos, 10 pesos, $1, 50 cents of dollars, but for a product from somebody who purchased in Chile and who's a guest from a guest from a guest for somebody else. Wow, and I can see it, and I can work with him through this analysis. Jorge, we agree, and you know very well that over here, Juan Carlos and I particularly like numbers, and every successful company, whatever area it is, and every shape, it's important for them to know their indicators, how they're doing, because maybe the excitement alone, you can be an extraordinary entrepreneur, but maybe if you adopt and apply some tools to follow up and indicators that tell you how to be more efficient, you can even be growing even faster or more. I believe that we all agree, right, Juan Carlos? Yes. I would like to, Roque, say some conclusions. I took some notes. You said so many things that were so important that I believe that it would be important to repeat them. I'm taking away something that you said. The numbers for me are also something like the product. You have to use them and you have to share them. And so this is a behavior, a gold level behavior, and you were saying something super fundamental, which is the need to learn. Once having this need, you also have to review it. You define the strategy, you define your goals, and you measure your production, and there are keywords, such as the follow-up and acknowledgement of your people. Constant work. You also talked about identifying your people, your key personnel, who's going to help you to grow together. You're talking about teamwork. You're talking about personal growth, and that personal growth also, of course, with that part of learning, but also you approach your people, your sponsor to help you. And of course, I believe that this is the keys for success. And yes, I would like to say something, Juan Carlos, that I believe is important. The velocity of acknowledgement is very important. When somebody's in action and does something, and you call them very quickly and say, congratulations for what you're doing, there's an acknowledgement there. I'm being seen, I'm being watched, I'm taken into account, I feel validated, I feel protected. If you call them a month later to a person who's actually doing something and say, "Oh, you went someplace," and say, "Did I go? Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah, but that was about a month ago." No, it loses its importance. So yeah, it feels it loses its temperature. So yes, it's this application is very important because it's very helpful to be able to say, listen, yesterday you purchased 1,000 points. Wow, congratulations. Yes, yesterday you signed up somebody. Wow, you showed up like Silver Supreme. Congratulations. That you do it quickly. 2 weeks after, it lost its what Omnilife is doing is launching the bonuses and the diamonds. Of course, we have to do something fun for people to feel acknowledged and validated. Maybe for people get together and call them and sing happy birthday or something like that, and your heart skips the beat. It's so exciting. This happens. The potential of that people really grows. You really start. It's pure fuel. Yes. Actually, Alejandro Berche was sharing with me a call for a bonus that they got for more than 80 years. And Alejandro called me very excited. She was almost in tears. Of course, this is pure fuel for the business. And Roque, well, thank you very much. I don't know if you want to say something. If not, we're going to move forward. I would like to ask everybody to please work hard on learning. OmniLife is always about growing. If you stop learning, you're going to be stagnant. So, yes, of course, it's a tool. Sometimes it's a little bit complicated, but you have to learn to use it because it's very necessary. Otherwise, you're going to just crash your car because you don't know where you're going. And again, confirming everything is in Zona Empresarios in your account statement. You can find it by line or whatever you want it, just like Roque showed it. Well, Roque, greetings to you and your helper. Wait a minute. My helper really didn't work, didn't show up right now. It was part of the trivia. What happened? We couldn't see the account statements. What am I? I'm going to sue him. He made me come from Veracruz. I'm here in Guadalajara. Well, for all the people, Walter Sanchez heads is part of the trivia. So write that down. Okay, thank you very much. And thank you very much for the acknowledgement. And I really would like to thank everybody who's watching us. I'm sending you a huge hug. Sarita and I are sending you a big, big hug. Thank you, Roque. Hello to Sarifi, and hello to everybody who's watching us.